Alright, good evening everybody. This is Shameless, and I'm going to be bringing you another character spotlight today. But first off, I would like to say that I'm sorry for the lack of updates. I don't know if you guys read my general channel posts, but I got hit with a final because I'm doing a hybrid class this semester. So right at the 7.5 week period, I had to do a final and a couple other tests. So I've been really killing myself on math and just, yeah, I haven't really been playing anything, let alone Star Wars in general. But I feel bad whenever I, go for periods of time without uploading videos for you guys. And now that I'm on spring break, hopefully I'll be able to get back into the rhythm of getting you guys content and good games. Which I feel like an asshole today because I actually played two perfect games. We won a Civil War 600 to nothing, and we won a Hypergate like 632 to nothing. So I really wished I had remembered to record those games, but unfortunately I did not. But let's go ahead and get this character spotlighted on Izével, my Arsenal Merc. We're going to go ahead and start things off with the skill tree just so you guys can see what it is I build, and it's an Arsenal Merc build. There's really not too much that you can do with an Arsenal Merc build. They may be taking something out of power barrier, but damage mitigation seems really good to me. So we're going to move on to the character sheet. I actually have her augmented out in full aim. She's practically min-maxed at this point. There's a couple mods and enhancements that I wish that I had time to pick up, but now with 2.0 so close around the corner, I'm pretty much just stacking my comms and saving for that, since all this war hero gear is going to be unavailable once that stuff hits. I mean, this character will be good, but I'd really like to work on maybe getting up some other 50s, since it's the perfect time to do so and figure out what exactly I'm going to do with each character. So I'd like to get my power tech finished off and all that. But back to Izével. Too much talking on other subjects. Once again, as you can see, I am stimmed. I am completely buffed when I'm showing you these stats. So, I mean, that is what it is. Range, the only thing, you got a lot of range damage. Your unload and your rail shot, which are some of your main damage dealers there. They go off of your range. So you want to keep your accuracy about 98, somewhere in there. I would say anything above 98 and you're pretty good. With things the way they are now, there's no telling what it's going to be in 2.0, but I'm still going to aim for that goal of getting at least 98 to 100 accuracy. I prefer to actually have the 100% accuracy, because as you can see, the secondary weapon actually only has about a 57%, so it actually gets me up to almost about 70% on my shots with my offhand. Crit rate about 35 to 40. You're definitely looking for that, and of course Surge. You want to build on that. I actually sacked quite a bit of Surge because she was at almost 80% Surge. Moving on to Tech. Tech, of course, just ridiculous accuracy, which will lower the enemy's chance, their defensive chance, since it's over the 5%. Of course, those are higher on tanks and such like that, and it really helps when you're going against a tank to have that defensive chance of them shielding lessened. I misquoted it earlier in another video. I think it was the Purge character spotlight, and said that it added armor penetration, and that is incorrect, as one of my subs pointed out. So that's what it changes. It drops their defensive chance. Crit chance 35, crit multiplier 73. I mean, that's basically it. Explosive Dart is an ability that I think that I should be using more, and I always forget to. One thing I don't like about playing Izével is she's one of my only characters that doesn't have a single taunt. So after playing Izével for a good period of time, I get onto my other characters and I completely forget that they have taunt abilities. But generally, Your Power Surge, very good for getting off instant cast abilities, and Thermal Sensor Override, I pretty much saved that specifically for Fusion Missile. Sometimes I'll use Fusion Missile without that being up, but I like to throw in a Rapid Shot afterwards just to kind of let my heat drop. And I never use Fusion Missile if I'm already having, if I'm already up in my heat. Fusion Missile is just going to kill you in your heat management. So don't use that unless you're at 0 heat or you have Thermal Sensor Override available to you. Of course, hitting your procs, it's good to start off with an unload. That way when you start hitting your tracer missiles, you got that instant proc on the unload, on doing or dropping. Hold on here. Which refreshes the cooldown on it. Not refreshes the cooldown, but makes it off cooldown immediately. And makes it do more damage. I believe it's 33% more with the Curtain of Fire or Barrage. So that's always nice. And plus it also puts on a slow, which is fantastic. Somebody leaps into you. If you got unload up, knock them back, hit them with, your snare. Or slow, whatever. It's not a root, but it is a snare. I still use words like root and snare and all that, just because that's what I'm familiar with them as. Missile Blast, that's one thing I'm really hoping to just get off my bar with 2.0 and throw something useful. Like I believe Electro Netting was one of the abilities that's going to be a dot and a root, well, a dot and a snare ability, and that is definitely going to be going on there. Also got a couple of these healing abilities that can disappear. Like I think I use Rapid Scan, but not so much on Healing Scan. But that's pretty much it. She's a very basic character. Generally, I tend to use my Rail Shot and my Heat-Seeking Missile before I have full stacks from my Tracer Missile on people, just because they're usually about dead by the time I actually can hit them with 3 Tracer Missiles from the unload and everything else I throw in between. It's really rare that I have a chance to hit somebody with full stacks on that. But yeah, that's my Arsenal Merc. This is the first character that I ever hit 50 on. I have thought about taking her up the Pyrotech tree, but I really love the Arsenal Merc tree, and it just really feels like what a bounty hunter should play like, and it's amazing damage. I think that the Pyrotech tree has a good bit more burst to it, but once I have my stacks built on Izével, I mean, her burst is just amazing. So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out my character with me. And I will see you in the next episode. Hopefully I'll also have some war zones going up later tonight as well. So I'll see you next time.